Knowing where you're going to go before you start is a good plan for software development. It must be clear between you and your stakeholders what it is that you're going to do. You must have buy-in from your stakeholder. You must be able to convince them that you understand what it is that they want to do. So they may explain it to you in general terms. It's up to you then to flesh it out into actual data entities, into tables, into fields, into the things that relate and correlate and join together, that when you do this action, these are the effects that happen when you do that action. It's very important to get the details right. Then, when you're interacting with an AI, you can feed it this information as a basis for creating your app, and you will save a lot of time simply by being clear. There is something very time consuming about instructing an AI to do something when you're not completely clear what it is. And the second largest crime I've encountered with AI: completed half of what you need to do in a branch, you've committed the code, and then you carry on in the same branch and you start to do other things. You introduce actions into the branch of code that you're working on that are not related to that branch. If you need to, you can fork another branch from the branch you're in and create a pull request to merge what you're doing now into the previous branch. You've already proven that previous branch works. You don't want to complicate it by adding another layer of functionality to it, because if you break that layer, especially if you don't create a new branch, you then have a problem of identifying the commit point where things were working. You don't want to do that. One of the problems with AI, especially in agentic mode, is it writes a lot of code. Now, sometimes it will write code that you don't need. You need to identify that before it becomes part of your commit, before it becomes part of your project. You will have this useless entity that does nothing, and future programmers will wonder what it's for and write tests for it and try and correlate it to other entities. That's where problems can really arise. So, to summarize, it's very important to know what it is that's wanted before you start to write it. It's very important to reflect back to stakeholders what that involves, to make sure that you understand it, and then to record those conversations in detail, to write lists of fields in databases, to write types of data that you can load that demonstrate how something works. Now, next, I'm going to talk about different strategies for data and how those strategies might help you in different stages of progress.